Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family, and I share all about that and more on my channel. Today we're going to be going over our financial goals and net worth update for May of 2024. I did not post an update for April. If you guys have been following me for a while, I did take a break briefly, basically, well, not briefly actually, it was pretty long. It was like the entire month of May. Unfortunately, my sister passed away very, very unexpectedly, and I had to just take a lot of time off. So I did not post an April update. I did go back and catch everything up and make all of these adjustments in here. So you guys will be able to see April and May this month. And let's just go ahead and get started. I'm very excited about this video because we did hit a really fun milestone in April that I did not get to share on YouTube because of that break. So I am looking forward to sharing that with you guys right now. So first up for our financial goals, if you are new to my channel and you've never watched these videos before, I do track our financial goals on a yearly basis, and these are all of our financial goals for the year in this goal column, and then they are matching with their column A and column O, so you can see like our goal and then what the goal is and the remaining percent towards goal, all of that. We finished our basement fund earlier this year. We did not end up putting the full amount towards that, so I should probably actually update the goal because we did technically finish it, even though it wasn't our original goal of 10,000, but we did finish that, and that goal is 100% done. So we are currently working on my husband's Roth IRA, which is our priority goal. My husband is about 6 years older than I am, and so his retirement is a little bit more of a priority for us. So we are working on his first. So we were able to put $2,650 towards his Roth in the months of April and May together. Obviously, May we had a little bit less money towards this goal because of everything that happened. Personally, we basically did not track our money in May at all. Obviously, it just wasn't a priority. It wasn't important at the time. And I feel like going through that really did give me a different perspective on money a little bit. Like, I just feel a little bit less pressured now. I don't know. It just really changed my outlook on my financial goals. I am just way more like, you know what? We have to just live our life, and the financial goals are there and they're very important to have, but at the end of the day, I just feel a lot less pressure on myself to like achieve these goals. Like, if we do, it's amazing. If we don't, it's okay. We obviously have a life to live, and you only get one of them, and sometimes they're cut way too short. But yeah, I just feel like that gave me like such an interesting perspective that I never had before. And it's just, yeah, it is what it is. Basically, I'm not upset about what we did in May, obviously. And I just feel a little bit less pressure to like perform at the way that we have been. We've been hardcore on our finances for the last 4.5 years, pretty much. And I just feel like it's okay for us to have a year where maybe we don't meet a lot of our goals. I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the year, but just gives you perspective that you didn't have before when something like that happens. And so it's really like just eye-opening, and I don't know. I just feel a lot less pressure. That's all I can say right now. So yeah, I feel like we're in a really good spot with our finances, and I don't feel like we need to like be putting so much pressure on ourselves. And I do feel like I just need to be a little bit more kind to myself sometimes. I am like a very hardcore person. I feel like when I make a decision or a goal, I'm usually like really like intense about it. And so I feel like I'm trying to take a perspective of like being okay with not giving everything 100% right now. So we did put a good chunk towards his Roth IRA. I'm very happy with the progress we're making. We are over 50% of the way funded as of May. So I feel like that's really a good spot to be in. And then we do have a few other goals for the rest of this year. We do want to max out my Roth IRA as well. We also want to put another $5,000 into our emergency fund, and we also want to put more money into our kids' college savings. Again, I don't feel like any of these goals are like super pressing right now. Obviously, retirement is very important, but like I also don't feel bad if we can't finish these goals, which I don't think we will at this point, just based on like what we have left in the year. I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish these or not, but again, I'm just trying to change my perspective a little bit and I feel like be more realistic and just be more gentle with myself. So I'm not going to go through my net worth for April because, again, it's just not really relevant anymore, but I did keep it on here in case you guys wanted to look back. I did have all these numbers as of the last day of the month, so I figured I would still include it in here. So for May, our net worth, I have been increasing our home value a little bit every single month just because we have been pretty undervalued, I think. And especially as our neighborhood, like we were some of the first people to move into our neighborhood. It's a new neighborhood, new build houses. And I feel like we didn't really have a good sense of like what our house was worth necessarily. We definitely did not pay $545, so that is more than we've paid, but our home has appreciated a pretty good amount, and we've also finished part of our basement and like done some improvements. So it is probably closer to like $550, which I feel like is where I'm going to land. Next month in June will probably be the final increase for this year, and then next year I will kind of reevaluate where we're at. So we're at $545 right now for our home value. HSA, we do have a health savings account. We do pull money out of this for medical, dental, and vision expenses because we don't want to have to pull that out of like our regular budget. So we do use it for those expenses, but luckily we have not had to use like all of it every year. So we have been kind of building up a balance. We haven't really had a lot of medical expenses this year, knock on wood. I'm very, very grateful for that, but we've been able to kind of start building our balance back up a little bit. After my sister passed away, I did have a lot of testing done on myself. If you have not been following me, my sister died of a pulmonary embolism. And so they wanted to do like some additional testing on myself just because of how like sudden it was and unexpected. No one in my family that I'm aware of has any blood clotting issues. And so they did want to do like a full evaluation. They did a ton of blood work. I had to give like 8 vials of blood. It was pretty intense. But yeah, so that'll probably cost a lot of money. They did not even tell me how much it was going to cost. I didn't care. They asked me if I wanted to like clear it with my insurance, and I was like, nope, just do whatever you got to do at this point. I was just like, I just need to know that like I'm okay. And yeah, so I don't know how much that's going to cost, but I'm assuming, long story short, the reason I'm talking about that is because we are going to have incoming medical bills. So we will probably have to draw down on this money again. So it's kind of like sometimes it'll go up and then we'll draw money from it. That's kind of what I was getting at there. We do have some of it invested. So there is a portion, a little more than half of it right now is invested. So we do keep like part of it in cash, part of it invested. So we have the flexibility to be able to pull some of it out. But yeah, so that's what we're doing with that. Retirement and savings. We hit an exciting milestone in this category too this month of May, where we got over $300,000 of retirement and savings. So this is like most of our money outside of like our house, HSA, and our cars. This is like all of our retirement accounts. So my 401k, my husband's 401k, my Roth IRA, my husband's Roth IRA, and then our checking account, like whatever our balance is at the time, and then our savings accounts, so our sinking fund and our emergency funds, and all of that is wrapped into this number. I do that intentionally, mostly just out of privacy and also just to make it easier for me to not have to like list out every single thing in here. That would be really long. So $304,700 for the month of May. I'm super pleased with that. The stock market was doing pretty well in like April, May timeframe. There was a pretty big increase there. So I was super thrilled to see that. And car value is $20,000. We do have 2 vehicles. We have a 2018 Honda CR-V and a 2007, she is a vintage lady almost at this point, a 2007 Honda Accord. So those are our 2 cars that we have right now. 20,000 is probably pretty accurate. I might need to decrease this probably closer to the end of the year, but for now I've just kind of left it alone and haven't been focused on it. So we'll leave it alone probably another couple months and then I'll look at it again. And that leaves our assets for the month of May at $878,500. We are so close to $900,000 in assets. That's so exciting. Super thrilled about that. And our only liability is our mortgage, which is at $356,400. Our mortgage goes down about $500 to $600 a month, so it's exciting to see that number dropping every single month. Obviously, our mortgage payment is a lot bigger than $500 to $600 a month, but we just have to pay so much in interest and all of that stuff. So not fun, but necessary. So let's go ahead and check out our net worth for May. So again, in April, we did hit 500,000. I was super thrilled about that. That was like such a milestone that I was so excited to hit. And in May, we were at 522,100. We had a huge increase. And as you guys have seen, we've been increasing our home value by about $5,000 a month since January. So this is a little bit deceiving just because we've been kind of like catching up the home value, but it is still like an increase in our net worth. So I think it's still justified to like have it on here as increase, but just keep that in mind that like about $5,000 every month was because of our home value increasing. So we are at $71,900 of a year-to-date change. That is incredible. I am shocked that we have not had a month where we've gone down in net worth, because typically we have like a lot of those months sprinkled in through the year. We did last year. I think we had like 5 out of the 12 months we had a decrease in net worth, but then like overall we went up by like, I think 60 to 70,000. So it's crazy that like we're already at that point of where we were. Like we're already more of an increase in net worth than the entire year last year right now. And obviously that can change. Like that's why I don't like to put a lot of stock in net worth, because like it could literally change at the drop of a hat. Like we could have this today and it could be gone tomorrow almost. Like, you know, not gone completely, but like it could significantly decrease next month. But it is just interesting to note that. And we did have our highest increase ever this year in May as well. Down to our net worth milestone tracking. Obviously we did have a milestone in April, so I got to add that here. It's so exciting to have like more of these building up as we continue to grow our net worth. I just feel like we were like just yesterday we were at like 90,000, which was actually in 2021. So we have made such huge progress in the last 4 years. Like it's crazy to see how many milestones we've been hitting, and the time in between them like is pretty consistently like less than a year. So to think that like in 5 years we might be millionaires is actually crazy. Like that's insane. I will not even be 40 at that point. So the thought of potentially having a $1 million net worth before I turn 30, before I turn 40, not 30, before I turn 40 is very incredible and amazing. My husband will be turning 40 in just a few years, in 2 years. So he has, you know, probably won't be millionaires by the time he turns 40, but me, I might be a millionaire before I turn 40, which is really exciting. So let me know in the comments down below. What do you track your net worth? If you don't, I have this as a free printable. Check it out in the bio. I have the video where I posted the like tutorial and the link to the download. So if you guys haven't downloaded this, feel free. It's completely free. No obligation. I'm not putting you on an email list, like literally just free. I just wanted to help you guys out and give you guys access to this. So if that's interesting to you, feel free to go download that and let me know what is your next net worth milestone that you are looking forward to. Now ours was 500,000 for quite a while. Now it's 600,000. I'm so pumped about that. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you guys and hearing about your net worth too. So if you don't track it, feel free to download that and let me know what you guys are looking forward to next. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.